Miss Duran, what we know now is that your cancer is something we can cure, and as you have more and more complication, it's become clear to me that your body won't be able to recover from this. We were very, very sorry. Are you sure euthanasia is your final choice?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Euthanasia. Euthanasia is a practice of ending the life of a patient to limit the patient's suffering. The patient in question would typically be terminally ill or experience great pain and suffering. The word euthanasia itself comes from a Greek words eu, meaning good, and thanatos, meaning death. The idea is that instead of condemning someone to a slow, painful, and dignified death, euthanasia would allow the patient to experience a relatively good death. What we did is a type of euthanasia called voluntary active euthanasia. That is with those instances the euthanasia which clearly competent person makes a voluntary and enduring request to be helped to die. Or by extension, when an unauthorized proxy makes a substitute judgment by choosing in the manner the no longer competent person would have chosen had he remained competent. In simple words, it is when a person makes a conscious decision to die and asks for help to do so, or a doctor performs the act intended to cause death.
Voluntary active euthanasia is a controversial topic that elicits strong opinions from people. However, I believe it should be an option for patients who are suffering from terminal illnesses such as brain cancer. The pain and suffering that these patients endure can be unbearable, and in some cases, their quality of life is significantly diminished. By allowing voluntary active euthanasia, we are providing these patients with a choice to end their suffering in a peaceful and dignified manner. It is important to note that this decision should be made by the patient with the input and guidance of their medical team and loved ones. It is a deeply personal decision that requires a careful consideration and empathy. Ultimately, the choice to pursue voluntary active euthanasia should be respected and supported as a humane option for those who are facing unbearable pain and suffering.
An ethical framework is a set of principles and values that guide an individual or organization in making decisions. Ethical frameworks are perspective useful for reasoning what course of action may provide the most moral outcome. The patient employed utilitarianism because he thought to himself that by undergoing euthanasia, he would serve the greatest amount of good for the greatest number of people. His family would stop getting deeper and deeper in debt, and it also served his interest because his suffering would stop. Virtue ethics because the decision would lead to his own happiness. Every day every day he's suffering and he cannot bear to watch his family suffer too. Not only that, but it's also straining to the mental and emotional capacity of his family. His loved ones might grieve his passing, but the decision will bring happiness them and, and himself at the end. Natural law ethics because God gave us the capacity to determine what is right from wrong and the ability to decide for ourselves using our rationality. In this case, the patient, given all the facts that are against him, concluded that it will be for the best to undergo euthanasia because he believes that it is morally right in this situation.